SpongeBob's new puppy. SpongeBob Squarepants loved his pet snail, Gary, more than anything. But sometimes he wished Gary was a little more playful. "Go get it, boy," SpongeBob cheered, tossing a bouncy ball. Gary slowly slithered over and blinked. SpongeBob sighed. He walked sadly through jellyfish fields, watching other fish play fetch with their seahorses and frisbee with their clams. "I just wish I had a buddy to run and jump with," he said to a passing jellyfish. Suddenly, he heard a strange sound. Yip, yip, arf. It came from behind a large, flowery sea anemone. Curious, SpongeBob tiptoed closer and peeked around the bright pink tentacles. Huddled in a tangle of seaweed was the cutest little creature he had ever seen. It had floppy ears and a wagging tail like a puppy, but it also had fins, gills, and big, bubbly eyes. It whimpered, tangled in the green weeds. "Don't you worry, little fella," SpongeBob said gently. He carefully untangled the sea puppy from the seaweed. The moment it was free, the puppy gave SpongeBob a big, sloppy, bubbly lick right on his nose. It was love at first sight. SpongeBob carried his new friend all the way home. "I'm going to call you Ralph," he announced. As they walked in the door, Gary the snail peeked out from the kitchen. He narrowed his eyes. He did not look happy. "Gary, this is your new brother, Ralph," SpongeBob said cheerfully. Ralph, excited to meet a new friend, gave a happy yip and pounced playfully. Gary just hissed and zipped right back into his shell. Thump. Having a sea puppy was different. SpongeBob was in the kitchen getting Ralph a bowl of water when he heard a crunch. He turned around to see Ralph happily chewing on his favorite Krabby Patty spatula, Spatty. "Ralph, no!" SpongeBob cried. He took Ralph outside to play, but Ralph immediately started digging. Dirt and sand flew everywhere, covering the front of the pineapple in a cloud of brown. Patrick came wandering over. "Whoa, a sea puppy!" he shouted with glee. Seeing the chewed spatula and the giant hole, he put a hand on his chin. "You just need to teach him the rules, SpongeBob," he said. SpongeBob decided Patrick was right. "Okay, Ralph, sit," he commanded, holding a sea biscuit. But Ralph didn't sit. He jumped up and tried to grab the entire bag of treats from SpongeBob's hands. While SpongeBob was busy with Ralph, no one was paying attention to Gary. He watched from the window, a single tear rolling down his stalk. He sadly packed his favorite squeaky toy into a little bindle. He felt forgotten. Arf, arf, yip, yip. The noise from SpongeBob's house was unbearable. Squidward, who was in the middle of a beautiful clarinet solo, stomped out of his house in a rage. "SpongeBob, what is that horrible racket?" Between the chewing, the digging, and the barking, SpongeBob didn't know what to do. "I need help from someone smart," he decided. He put a leash on Ralph, and they headed for Sandy's tree dome. "Well, howdy, SpongeBob. What in tarnation is that?" Sandy asked. She scanned Ralph with a whirring gadget. "Fascinating. This is a genuine Canis Pisces. They're full of energy. He needs training with positive reinforcement." Sandy gave SpongeBob a small clicking device and some healthy kelp treats. "Every time he does something good, like sittin' when you ask, you click this clicker and give him a treat. He'll catch on quick as a whip." Feeling hopeful, SpongeBob and Ralph returned home. "Gary, we're back, and we have a plan," he called out. But the house was quiet. Too quiet. On the floor, SpongeBob found a small, slimy note. It just said, "Meow," with a sad face drawn in slime. "Gary," SpongeBob cried, his eyes filling with tears. "He ran away because he thought I didn't love him anymore." Ralph seemed to understand. He put his nose to the ground and sniffed the slimy trail leading out the door. The trail led right to Patrick's rock. Inside, Patrick was trying to teach Gary how to play a video game. "No, Gary, you pressed the blue button to jump," Patrick said. Gary just sat there, looking miserable. "Gary!" SpongeBob exclaimed, rushing inside. He knelt down in front of his snail. "Oh, Gary, I'm so sorry. I got so excited about Ralph, I forgot to show you how much you mean to me. I love you, buddy." Ralph padded into the room and gently nudged Gary with his wet nose. He whimpered softly, as if to say he was sorry too. Then he dropped his favorite squeaky seahorse toy right in front of Gary. Gary looked at the toy, then at Ralph's friendly face, then at SpongeBob. A small, happy meow escaped him. He slowly slithered forward and gently bumped his eye stalk against Ralph's nose. They were going to be friends. Back at the pineapple, things were much better. "Ralph, sit," SpongeBob said. Ralph sat perfectly. Click! SpongeBob gave him a treat. Gary watched from his newspaper bed, looking proud of his new brother. SpongeBob threw a bouncy ball. "Get it, Ralph?" Ralph bounded after it and brought it right back. Then SpongeBob rolled a ball of yarn. "Your turn, Gary." Gary happily pounced on his favorite toy. That evening, the pineapple was quiet and cozy. SpongeBob sat on the couch, with Gary curled up on one side and Ralph sleeping on the other. He had two best pals, and his heart was twice as full.